Good morning guys, brand new day, brand new video. Let's talk about how I set up my space to do private dinners at my supper club since 2019. Today's video will be partly hosted by Bula and Winter, residents of Poon Supper Club. Come Bula, come. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Why did it take you so long, huh, Bula? So today, let's talk about how I set up my space to host private dinners at Poon's Supper Club, where we serve East mixed South Pacific diaspora food with a lot of chili, galangao, bitter gourd, cabbage, bok choy, and coriander. Bula is the name of my bird, and it also means hello. It's a greeting in Fijian. Some people don't actually like coriander, but I love coriander. Let's turn on that light as well. Let's switch off that light. It's time to take a shower, Bula. You're very dirty. You haven't showered in 2 weeks. So, Bula, do you like our space? Do you think I did a good job with the ambience in my space for dinners? I mean, you have dinner here. Oh, you have 3 meals a day here. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Tell me, Bula. I need an honest opinion. What about you, Winter? You've also eaten here 3 meals a day for the last 3 years. So, Bula, let's talk about our neon sign first. So the title reads, Eat, Drink, Man, Woman. Some of you might know that it comes from the title of Ang Lee's movie in Taiwan. The movie is about a retired chef and his 2 daughters. A wonderful movie, and I think it has one of the best food scenes ever recorded on film. The A and the N and the O bulb has died, so I gotta get this fixed. Appliances, electronics, neon lights, and all that other stuff that is man-made and has electronics generally have a lifespan of about 4 years or 5 years if you're lucky. Then you got to replace them. So these little curtains are $2 from Daiso. Because actually during the end of the year in Singapore, there's a bright light that comes this way and it gets really bright and hot. So these curtains are just to shield a bit of that harshness away. Alright, now you should be able to see a bit of a glow. Do you like my neon light, Bula? You've seen it for 4 years now. Okay, Bula, let's talk about our magnetic boards on this side. So these are 2 magnetic boards that I got from IKEA years ago. They're sort of like this grill design, and I've stuck like a whole bit of miscellanea on the board, almost like a notice board, but also like a display board. So on this side, I've got some photos that I took of our family trip back to Kaiping in China when my dad went back to visit the village. This is an old lady from the village when we arrived that came to greet us. So I like that picture very much because of the contrast, you know, her aged hand against my hand that has not aged yet. And then of course we are participating in a traditional ritual which is burning incense for our ancestors. I'm holding the lighter here, and then she's holding the incense stick and then also holding my hand. These are rice being dried So my dad was born in a rice farming village, a poor rice farming village. This is a picture from Fiji. My dad is breaking down fish. Here is a picture of my mom and dad. I think this should be taken in the 80s. I think maybe early 80s or mid 80s. Let's have a look at this one, which is the same location. I can't read Chinese, but I believe this is Pun Si Zhou Gao, which is Pun's restaurant. So as you can see here, it's Pun's Chinese restaurant, fully licensed, wine and dine, specialized in Chinese and European dishes, fully air conditioned. So air condition is a luxury. Upstairs, as you can see here, open daily, Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. On Sundays, it's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So each week, my dad would only close the restaurant for 4 hours, which is between 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sundays. And then, during those 4 hours, we would actually drive all the way to Lautoka City, which is a different city. It takes about an hour to visit my auntie, which is my dad's sister, who was the person that actually brought my dad to Fiji. So we would drive there 1 hour to Lautoka, from Nadi to Lautoka, sit down and have coffee or tea with my auntie, chat for an hour, and then drive back another hour, and then it's time to open the restaurant again at 6 p.m. And I remember asking my father why he doesn't close his restaurant more often to take a break, since he's been working decades and people need rest. And he told me, if you close for even a day or even an hour, what you do is that you give the opportunity for your competitors to take your customers, because they will show up at your restaurant, the doors are closed, you're closed, so they will have no other alternative than to go to your competitors to eat. And then you might give your competitors the opportunity to possibly impress them or retain their patronage. So, never close. Open 24/7, 365 days a year. That's my dad's rule for success. That's my granddad there. I met him once when I was a little boy. Look at Winter. Look at what he's doing. So this is a press clipping of an article I appeared in, Straits Times. It is titled "The Heritage Keepers." So basically, get away. A group of Singaporeans take it upon themselves to keep their culture and traditions alive. So the article was basically a combination of restaurateurs and food people that were doing heritage recipes and food. So that's me there. This is the second article that I appeared in. Straits Times again. This article was on private dining in Singapore. And as you can see, I was botak when this article came out and this photo was taken. Okay, since Bula is on the floor, let's look at the floor tiles. So we put these floor tiles in. Nice texture, it's waterproof, so actually these can be used in the kitchen as well. I can't remember the name of the supplier for these tiles, but I'll dig it up and I'll put the link in the video as well. So originally the tiles were this white ceramic tiles, or this white parquet tile. So these fake floorboards, wooden floorboards, does the job, right? Does the trick, right? Bula? It's lunchtime, so you guys gotta go in and makan. I gotta feed you guys. Mixture of different kinds of grains and seeds, which they love. That I've been feeding them. So same as my guests that come to my supper club for dinner, Bula and Winter have been enjoying their food in this lovely space as well. There you go. Bula, come. Go. Good bird. So I decided to film the second part of this video at night so we can see the lights at work. I think if you have a limited budget like I do and you want to transform the space or make the space suitable for private dining or hosting, lighting makes a big difference. So there's my neon light with the pink glow. Now at night you can see the glow a bit more clearly. This light is from Journey East and it's actually dimmable. So I can dim it or brighten it, which is good. I got it hanging like this because it reminds me of all the street stalls all across Southeast Asia where they have hanging light bulbs in makeshift tents. I've got some fairy lights here. And of course, over here, I have pictures of all my diners that have come over the years to eat at my supper club. I have to update some of them because I have a lot more newer ones. This light here is also from Journey East, giraffe light. On the shelf here, I have some souvenirs and artifacts from Fiji. This is a tambua, but not with a real whale's tooth. This is a boar tooth. So basically, you kind of wear it, made out of a boar tooth. Over here, I have a framed picture of the 100 dishes that I cooked as part of my project, 100 daughters, 100 patients, 100 meals. This was what started my whole journey in cooking. I did this to honor my dad when he passed away, honor his life as a restaurateur and someone that dealt with food. A little light box with Poon's Supperclub and some more lights over here. Singapore flag, Fiji flag. So if you have a small space like I do here, a mirror is a must. It will transform the space and make it look a lot bigger. So we got this round mirror made, custom made. I think it's over a meter in diameter. It's lovely. Everyone loves this mirror and they keep checking themselves out, which is always a good thing. I used to have a lot of plants, especially during COVID. I think the whole world kind of like picked up gardening and plants during COVID. This is a Dean McDowell philodendron. Nice big leaf. So this survives at my space without too much direct sunlight. This is a anthurium. This is a gloriosum. The ones with the nice veins, thriving here as well. A luxurian with a new leaf coming. Lovely. Another gloriosum. This is a luxurian hybrid, which is doing okay as well. This is a dock block. My birds are enjoying the ambience at night. Right, Bula? Right, Winter? Here I've mounted a jigsaw puzzle, Dinner with Dali. This puzzle took me, I think, about 2 days to complete. I'm a huge fan of Dali and surrealism. And what better than to have something with Dali and dinner mounted on the wall. Bookshelf here with some books with basically two of my loves. At the top there's like a bunch of cooking books and biographies of chefs. Here I have photography books. A lot of them are from friends of mine. Here we have my blackboard, which I sketched myself. Poon's Supperclub, Bula, welcome. I usually write the guest names here. And of course, this sort of describes the food that I serve, as I mentioned earlier, East Mixed South Pacific Diaspora food. I've drawn like tropical elements, coconut trees, and of course we have here a wok on fire with some wok hay and fire. Here we have a chopper board and a Chinese chopper, mortar and pestle. Here we have a lovo, which is a traditional Fijian smoked earth oven method of cooking. We got fish, ikan. I love these illustrations of food ingredients done by a Singaporean illustrator. I think her name is Wai Wai. It's chili, galangal, bitter gourd, bok choy, coriander. I bought some additional frames as well, and I put up some old prints that I have of some of my photographs. These are photographs that I took of northeast Singapore, the Punggol area. So I will change them every once in a while. This light I really like as well. It's a vintage Australian light. Very nice. Very vintage, retro looking. These two small trolleys are actually from IKEA, very cheap. I like them because they are quite small, so they don't take up so much space. I use them to put, plates, tissue paper, dessert. I have a cocktail set here, water. We put cutleries in this basket. And I bought this recently. This is a Chum's ice bucket. This can also be used if I go outdoors for a party. So I can actually take it out. And I like the red. It goes with this red trolley. I've also got some garlic here, some chili as deco. This chair, this one, and this one are from Ruma. Nice wooden chair, and I like the leather detail. This is orange, and this is olive green, which goes with the olive paint here on this wall. So these nice long curtains here, Japanese patchwork style, are custom made by Finn. I saw his work and I liked it very much, so I got him to make these curtains for me. His thing is kind of like patchwork, using a lot of recycled materials with the Japanese sort of aesthetic. And I think it goes really well with my space. So I think the design of my space is just a melting pot of ideas. Mixing and matching certain things will work in my mind, and I go and get the items and then try it out, and it does. Okay, probably the last thing I'll talk about is this table, this dining table that has served me well over the last 4 years. It's a wonderful recycled teak table. It seats about 6 to 8 packs, but I'll be saying goodbye to it next week because I've outgrown it. Just bought another table which will allow me to seat up to 12 packs comfortably. But I'm happy that a friend of mine who's been to my Supperclub many times loves it and will be taking over it. So I'll be going to a new house. I can't wait for my new table to arrive. It should really transform the space again once more. Alright guys, we've come to the end of the video. I'm just going to enjoy some grapes, sit here, look at the space, and see what next can I improve on.